What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Jurassic Park review series, filling in the blanks before Dominion. We have reached the fourth Jurassic Park movie, Jurassic World, that this series has unfortunately been rebranded as. It is no longer referred to as Jurassic Park. You will see on the Blu-ray box set covers, it's called the Jurassic World 5-movie collection. I'm like, no, it is
I can
Jurassic
feel
Park collection.
I can feel your anger
Yeah.
just radiating through the computer.
Dude, it also angers me when they don't update the goddamn box sets when a new movie comes out in a franchise. But yeah, we're going to be talking about Jurassic World that came out in 2015, a movie that I'm not 100% sure we all thought was going to happen. I think it was like the Star Wars prequels. We all thought after Revenge of the Sith, that was the end of Star Wars. And I'm pretty sure we all thought after Jurassic Park 3, that was the end of Jurassic Park.
I never even thought about it. I was like, oh yeah, Jurassic Park's 3 movies, and that's it. Like,
Exactly.
I never even really considered like, oh, I'm really waiting for that fourth Jurassic Park.
Exactly. Yeah. I don't think it crossed anybody's minds. Just like how I don't think Star Wars Episode 7 crossed anybody's mind.
No, I had accepted that Star Wars was over. It was done. We had a Clone Wars show, and that was it. And then it came back, and now it's everywhere. It's everywhere. Boba Fett, man. Boba Fett's got his own show. It's crazy.
Yep. And so because of the time frame of when this movie came out, it was 2015. You have a lot of big name stars in this movie, like Chris Pratt, who is the next Jai Courtney and Sam Worthington, where he's oversaturated. And
he is definitely oversaturated. Chris Pratt too is also very controversial for reasons I don't really want to get into, but he said some things that are like, but even just besides,
how dare he be the voice of Mario? Damn it!
Yeah, besides all that like controversial stuff with him, he is just in way too many things. And as much as I like him as Star Lord, I almost called him Star Wars.
Well, actually, speaking of, did you ever see completely off topic, but did you ever see the gag reel for Guardians 2 where Kurt Russell's trying to say Star Lord and he says Star Wars?
That's funny. I guess I'm not the only one.
Yeah, there you go.
As much as I like him, as that character, and as much as I think he's pretty good in these, I just think he's not like a versatile enough actor.
Yeah.
So
he's the same one note character in everything.
Yeah, he's except
Star Lord. I think he brings a little bit more oomph to Star Lord.
Yeah, but even then, he's a safe choice because you know you're going to get kind of charming, funny, quirky, like stubborn, type of guy.
Yeah, I love him as Star Lord, but Star Lord unfortunately set him up to play Star Lord in everything he's in that's not Guardians of the Galaxy.
But even before they cast Chris Pratt in this movie, Jurassic Park 4, despite the fact that none of us really thought about it, was in development hell for like a decade, where they were coming up with there's all sorts of crazy shit, scripts and concept art of like dinosaur people, human hybrids.
It can't be as crazy as like a towering, like a army of xenomorphs that create like a tower of themselves or something, which is what they were going to do with Alien 3 at one point.
It's crazy though. There's like literally concept art that was commissioned of like human dinosaur hybrids. I'm like, this is crazy.
That would have been stupid.
Yeah,
that would have been dumb. That would have been worse than Jurassic Park 3 and The Lost World.
Eventually, they settled on Jurassic World, which is, it's
a Christmas movie.
What I like about it is that despite the fact some people might just go, oh, this is a retread of the first one, what I like about this movie is it goes, let's take the concept of the first one, which was a park. But in the first one, you never saw the park up and running. You don't know what a fully functional Jurassic Park is.
This is like an actual, like, fully operating, people are inhabiting this park. Like, there are no problems here.
Yeah, and that was really cool. Like, I loved seeing that. Like,
and then they're like, let's
sweeping shot.
Yeah, and then they're like, let's create the Indominus Rex and just have that thing get loose and just start killing people.
But I think that, despite like you're saying, like the Indominus Rex could easily have just been like, oh, it's a big bad monster, which it is. Yeah, and it's like a weird.
This is essentially a monster movie.
It is, but I will say
It brings
This
back the
one,
themes.
it brings back some of the themes, and it brings in a theme of commercialization,
Yeah, I
and
was
it
gonna say
talks about the
I was gonna
franchise.
say like consumerism and commercialization.
Yeah, it's very self-aware. It's going, these the audience want is dinosaurs aren't good enough now. They want more. They want bigger. They want badder,
Yeah,
like more teeth. And like that's what audiences are like generally. They want more, 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 more. And
exactly.
it talks about that. It talks about the fully functional park. Like, despite what I mentioned in the Lost World review, I don't think based on the events of the first two movies, John Hammond would have been like, yeah, make a
Yeah,
park.
do this, especially where we've had problems with the dinosaurs in
Yeah,
those two movies.
I didn't learn my lesson from those.
Yeah,
So my dying wish is for you to make this park. Like I don't buy that, but
yeah.
like I like it's a dream to see that like the
Could you
park actually
imagine if
functions.
Jurassic World was real?
It would be sick.
I mean,
I'd go.
technically, it kind of is.
You want a universal?
Yeah.
There's not dinosaurs that can fucking eat you. um,
Yeah,
but like,
there's no. Are they pterodactyls in this? The flying ones?
yeah, they're like
Yeah, there's
little
no
pteranodons.
pterodactyls that are gonna take the assistant that's supposed to be watching you for the day and just throw her into the to the water thing. What's that
That
one
that
called?
was that was so unwarranted to do that to that character.
I
Like
know.
they kind of set her up to be like someone you don't like that much, but really not. She's just kind of negligent. Like
Yeah,
she's not a good babysitter, but like they
exactly.
don't make her like abusive or like
No, and then
really bitchy or anything.
she gets killed in the most brutal way.
Yeah, and I'm like, she didn't deserve this. Like they should have made us really hate her
Well,
and then
okay.
do that.
I'll say this. I think this movie had really creative designs with the new dinosaurs. Like you see that underwater one.
The Mosasaurus,
Yeah,
Mosasaurus.
Mosasaurus. Yeah, something like that. Yeah. See, I don't know the dinosaur names.
I love that dinosaur. That thing's
Yeah,
awesome.
that thing's awesome, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like my favorite dinosaur.
The thing I love though, I think Chris Pratt's character is really bland. But one aspect of his character I love is that he is basically the dinosaur whisperer, where he's
Yes,
yeah, he's training the four raptors, Blue, Charlie, Echo, and
I couldn't tell you.
yeah. I know one of them's
Dead
I know
one,
one
dead one, dead one, and blue.
I was gonna say I know one of them's Blue because Blue's in Fallen Kingdom.
Yeah,
Yeah. There's four of them. I forget their names. I think it's Blue, Charlie, Echo, and then I don't know the other one. But yeah, he's essentially the Dino Whisperer. You know, he's training them because he's got like this earpiece where they I think it's attached to them too, or there's a piece of technology attached to them too, where
I don't
he
even think it's technology. I think he just conditioned them from birth.
did he? Okay.
I think he just
Well,
raised them
remember
until like
okay. Yeah. Because
conditioned.
I thought it was like something where they had or he had something attached to his ear where they could like sense that he was communicating with them somehow. I don't know.
From
I
what
could
I
be wrong.
remember, I think it's just the clicking, like the clicking he makes
Okay,
is
that's probably it then.
conditioning.
Yeah.
Eventually they have like cameras on them later in the movie.
Yeah. No, that's what
Um,
I'm thinking of then. Okay.
yeah.
That
But yeah,
chase
I think
scene, that chase scene in the forest where Chris Pratt's on the motorcycle, I think
yeah,
that's a really fun scene.
that's cooler than it should be. I remember seeing the trailer and I saw him on the motorcycle
Dude,
driving. I'm like,
this was
what the hell is
yeah,
this?
this was one of those movies where the trailers did not make it look like it was going to be a good movie.
Yeah,
And then it kind of I mean, it's still not a good movie, I'll say. But I'll say this. It's the best of the Jurassic Park sequels.
I agree with that 100%. I think
Yeah.
Jurassic World is the most successful of the sequels.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, it's the one that feels the most like the first one. And
Yeah,
I get like it's oh we're doing the same thing again, and you can make and you can see that kind of be like a trend where it's like oh the people are like oh the Force Awakens did the same thing when it really didn't.
mhm.
Yeah,
But
but
I think this movie addresses that though in interesting ways, which I like.
yeah,
It talks about how corporations don't really care about what happened before.
yeah,
Um,
especially with
uh,
Henry Wu in this movie.
yep.
Yep,
But Bryce Dallas Howard character, I
not a
think
huge,
overall,
not a fan. She's okay.
yeah,
I don't think she's like
Claire's
great.
fine.
Yeah,
I think it was a mistake to have her running in heels. That was really stupid.
you know I didn't notice that until somebody online pointed that out, and then I
Yeah,
went back and then when I got the Blu-ray, I rewatched the movie. I'm like, yeah, she does spend the whole movie in heels, huh?
she's like running from a T Rex with heels. The like,
With a
but
torch. Or a
which I
flag.
mean, that was cool. The flare callback and the original T Rex showing up
Yeah,
was kind of badass.
yeah,
Um, but I mean, it turns into like a goofy, like, oh, the classic T-Rex we love and Blue, who we love, are the heroes, and they're fighting the bad dinosaur.
Yeah,
And then the Mosasaurus is like, whoop, and just crashes.
well, yeah, but that's you have to admit though, for the Mosasaurus to grab the Irex like that, that was a pretty sick death.
Yeah, I mean that was a cool. It's hokey, but in like a fun way,
Yeah,
where it's like
it
that
knows
whole
it's
part.
hokey.
Yeah, it's like the T Rex. Sure, like we used to fear this guy, and now we see him, and we're like, "Fuck yeah, that's our boy! You
Actually,
get in there,
our
you fight."
girl because it's a female.
Right, right, right. That's our girl. But yeah, like it's just, it's a fun movie, and it's fun in a smarter way than the underrated Jurassic Park 3. See our Jurassic Park 3 review, in which I blew Alex's mind with my arguments.
I had no comebacks for. Um, yeah, I think my problem with this movie is essentially that I think it gets off to a bit of a slow start, and I'm not a huge fan of the kids. I know you have the Iron Man 3 kid, and then you have the kid who plays
From
Simon.
Love, Simon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think he's really good in that. This, I'm just like, no, like, why are you in the gyrosphere? And you're like, hey, let's go check that out. But we should go
Because
back.
they're
No, we
stupid
should go back.
kids.
Yeah, but it's like I
They're
like at the same time though. I like that it plays into the stupidity of teenagers. They're like, let's go do something ridiculously stupid that we shouldn't do, but we're gonna do anyway. I just think it also starts off a little bit too fast, where it's like you have the parents, they're like, oh, you gotta, and it's a little cheesy to start off too, because the older brother is like, he's got like that girl's like, well, when are you coming back or something? It's like, don't forget to call. I'm like, I remember sitting in the theater, I was like, oh shit, this is going to go south.
I mean, I think it's fine. I think the
Yeah.
family dynamic is
Yeah,
fine.
and then he opens up the and then they're on the train. He looks out the window and it's like, "Da-da-da-na-na."
Yeah, but dude, that's what I mean. This
I
movie's
know.
smart because that used to be when you'd see the dinosaurs. That was like the amazing
Yeah,
thing.
but now
But
it's when you see the
now,
park.
when you see the park itself, it's like, this is the magical thing. Look at this great commercial thing. And it's like, yeah, like it
That
used to
takes
be the
place at
wonder of the
Christmas
dinosaur.
time.
This was
Christmas
smarter than it
movie.
had to be. And I think a lot of people don't talk about how smart parts of this movie are.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of stupid parts in this movie.
Oh
Like
yeah.
why would they go inside the paddock when they're not 100% sure if the Indominus Rex is gone or not?
Yeah, because don't they
Like
see it's like it's claw marks or something?
yeah, they see the claw marks and they realize that it tricked
I will
them.
say though, I appreciate this movie for getting a little bit more bloody than the other ones, because when the Indominus Rex is eating people, you have brief blood splats on the camera.
Listen, the Indominus Rex, like it is kind of like, oh, they made like a dinosaur, they made up one.
Yeah,
But like that, I think is a natural progression of the story. Instead of the original ideas were the stupid dinosaur human hybrids. It's like, no, no, we'd mix dinosaurs together and we'd make them into something
yeah,
crazy. And it's
exactly.
like, yeah, let's take the two most ferocious fucking things, which is like a T Rex and a raptor, and combine them into like this huge raptor looking thing. Like
Yeah,
the part where they go, where it turns the raptors to its side is
yeah.
like, holy shit.
Okay, let me ask you this though. Knowing where we go in Fallen Kingdom, would it have been more effective to do the Eye Raptor in this and then the Irex in Fallen Kingdom? Because I feel like going from the Irex to the Eye Raptor is a massive downgrade.
I mean, it's definitely a downgrade in size, but I mean, the Raptors to me were always scarier than the T Rexes, so
Yeah, that's true.
I could see why you would go you'd want the progression to be, let's turn him into more of a raptor, and then, but I mean, I don't really like the Indoraptor at all because
I don't either.
we'll get into it in Fallen Kingdom. There's a lot of stupid stuff in that movie.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh
But like the Indominus Rex, I actually kind of dug, and I
yeah, I
think
did
that
too.
it was the camouflage, like it could do all this crazy shit, and then like I said, the reveal where it could, it was like an alpha to the Raptors
Hmm.
was pretty cool. Like
Yeah.
it, but Owen Grady as a character, he's just a cardboard like, I'm the gruff hero guy.
Yeah.
I
Exactly.
know what I'm doing.
It's like it's like if I guess I'm going to make this analogy because at one point when they wanted to make another Indiana Jones movie. They were thinking of rebooting it. They're like, let's cast Chris Pratt as Indiana Jones or Bradley Cooper as Indiana Jones. So it's like they're definitely trying to make him like the gruff, like adventurer Indiana Jones like character, you know?
Yeah, for sure. And I
And
think
I'm
he
like, it
plays it
doesn't work
well
for me with
enough.
Chris Pratt, but he's solid enough in the movie where I can get behind him,
Yeah, well, it's fine. Like
despite
Owen's
the
not a
name.
great character, but I do appreciate the relationship he has with the Raptors.
Yeah,
I think that adds
it's
a
an
little bit of
interesting
something.
dynamic. And then I'm just glad that they actually brought a solid human antagonist back too, and Vincent D'Onofrio.
Yeah, yeah, he was fine.
Yeah, he's the
Um,
best. He's the best human protagonist since the first one,
and I
or
mean,
antagonist rather.
I think the idea of raptors being trained, I know, was rough for some people to accept.
Mm.
But I think the movies had already established enough of the raptors being super smart, where I could buy that they could be
Yeah,
conditioned to
we
be.
we really thought this was gonna be like the dumbest movie ever made, didn't we?
Yeah, it was like they're why are they running around with raptors on their what's happening? But even the stupidest part, which we didn't talk about in the third one because I was too busy praising it, the stupid part of the third one where he has like the thing that the uh whatever the throat bone of the raptor and he can make the raptor noise that could like tell them to fuck
Oh, I
off.
remember that. Yep.
Like not a great part of that movie, but uh it did, naturally build to this where now we're training raptors from
Yeah,
birth. And I even like Vincent D'Onofrio being like,
I did too.
yeah, we're gonna like militarize these guys and we're gonna send them
Because
into
you
like
know
killing
why?
people.
I feel like Vincent D'Onofrio, even though he plays that same dude and everything, he just does it so goddamn well. Like when I look at him, I'm like, yeah, that's Kingpin or that's the dude from Jurassic World. Like
Right.
he's just he's got like that presence to him that feels like he's just gonna come across as like a brash dickhead, you
Yep.
know?
And his idea to militarize the dinosaurs was interesting, but then it gets a really stupid follow up in Fallen Kingdom, where it turns into let's point this laser pointer at someone, and now my dinosaur's gonna kill. I'm like,
Mm,
we'll get into it in that movie, but the
I don't
concept
know.
was cool. Just the execution in the next movie was not good.
I
Um,
don't want to talk about Fallen Kingdom.
I will say, and I have been making brash statements like this in the past, as we know. Jurassic Park 3 is better than Fallen Kingdom.
As Tommy Wiseau once said, "You're tearing me apart."
Jurassic Park 3 is better than Fallen Kingdom. If that's not a tease for the Fallen Kingdom review, I don't know what is. But Jurassic Park 3 is better than Fallen
Well,
Kingdom.
whoa, hold on a second. Didn't you say though that last time you watched Fallen Kingdom, it went up for you?
Yeah, it was a little bit better. Not Jurassic Park 3 better.
All right.
I enjoyed it more. Is it still really stupid in a lot of parts? Yes, it is. Does it not work as a movie in a lot of parts? Yep.
Yeah, I guess we'll get to it more when we talk about Fallen Kingdom, but that whole movie just should have been the volcano.
I mean, I just think the whole movie is just meant to get us to Dominion. It's just a setup movie. It's not
Mhm.
really a movie on its own.
The middle movie of a trilogy. Yep.
Um, this first one, Jurassic World, or the fourth one, really, I think is a good sequel. I think it's got stupid parts, but I think it's all stupid in a
Yeah,
fun
the
way.
only
I think
thing,
it's
the
a
only
good bunch of fun.
one of the things I don't like about it though is that it seems like it's hell bent on disregarding 2 and 3 though, where it's like Isla Sorna, yeah, that doesn't really exist here.
Yeah, but I mean, it wouldn't really be relevant to this one.
Yeah, that's true.
Fallen Kingdom absolutely should have brought Sorna up because the whole
It should
plot of that movie depends on where do we put the dinosaurs? Oh no, Isla Nublar is blowing up. Where do we put them? It's like, I don't know. The
Isla
island that can
Sorna.
put other dinosaurs? Like, that's where it becomes a problem. Jurassic World, you don't really need to think about it, but Fallen Kingdom should absolutely have addressed Isla Sorna.
Yeah.
That was very stupid, but we're going to get more into that and when we talk about that movie. But yeah,
All right. Where would you go for a rating on this?
I would give Jurassic World a solid B.
Yeah, I think I'm right there with you.
Yeah, I think it's a fun time. It's definitely not, the first one,
No,
but I think it's a fun sequel that does have a little bit more to add to the conversation with the
Exactly.
first
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's the sequel I have the most fun with.
one.
Yeah. Sorry, Jurassic Park 3, but
Yeah, Jurassic Park 3 is third best. So
um, yeah, no, I mean, I'm right there with you. I think there's just some people that go out of their way to hate this because they're like, oh, it's the first one all over again, or oh, it's not the first one. It's like no Jurassic Park movie is going to be the first one, and even those
no,
that try to replicate the first one are not going to be as good. I think they know they're not going to be as good at this point.
that's what they should know. That's what Jurassic Park 3
Yeah, like
knew.
when the prologue for Jurassic World Dominion was released, I was like, that looks stupid, but it looks stupid in a good way.
Listen, we'll get to it, I'm sure, but Jurassic World Dominion has the most potential to be at least the most different sequel.
Yeah,
So
yeah, definitely. All right, so where can they find you, Pat?
you can find me on Twitter at this Pat guy, talking about movies, talk about comics, talk about Star Wars, talk about Jurassic Park 3 if you want to talk about Jurassic Park 3. Bring it on.
You can find me at my official website, alexmaddenmovies.mystrikingly.com. All my social media links: YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pornhub, all there. Joke's getting old, huh?
It was shocking the first time. Now it's expected.
All my social media links are there. You guys are the best. Thank you for watching. My name is Alex Madden. That's Pat Guy, my cousin. He's signing off. We'll see you at the movies somewhere.
Jurassic Park 3 is great.
No, it's not.